Now, welcome to Simon noChanoma, and welcome to our special guests all the way from freezing Tokyo. It's Mashumaro&Rinaberry.
Hello. Konbanwa.
Yes, I'm going to quiz them now about the wonderful YouTube Hanami party that I heard they were at, and they told me they were going to be there. And I've had reports that they were there, but they left before everybody got amazingly drunk.
Yes.
Yes, Chokochi can talk to you in Japanese, and she could probably say things that I would not understand, and I would, I would have to ask for interpretations. But anyway, how was it? How was the Hanami party? Your very first, I believe.
Yes, our very first Hanami party. Well, we got there, I think, at about 11 o'clock, and there was only 3 other people there. Tokyo Drew, the host, and I think someone else, but they were sitting far off on a bench somewhere.
Yeah.
So it was very peaceful to start off with. It wasn't so nerve-wracking. As much later on, there were so many people. It was insane. At some point, someone started yelling out, "Everyone, gather up here, gather up here." And it was easily 40 to 50 people all standing around this one big table. It was crazy.
So yes, you said you took your business cards and only took half of them. So you must have got rid of them quite quickly, I should imagine.
Yeah, we did, surprisingly quickly. We thought we would need probably half of the amount that we brought.
And we bought these too.
Oh, these are the paper ones you made.
The little paper ones, yeah. And then then the little name card. Yeah,
that's an ideal giveaway. Merchandising, Mashu&Rina merchandising. You saw it first on this show.
Oh, don't know if you can see it.
Oh, the umbrellas.
Also,
yes.
The big umbrella.
How about that, folks? On YouTube, umbrellas. Yes, I think you have a customer. You have a customer in comments.
Yes,
just
buy our merchandise. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. If you can afford to post all that stuff to Australia, you know.
I think most of the time at Hanami we were going between, "I'm not sure who that person is," and, "Oh my God, it's that person. We know them."
I was just saying in comments that I saw the live stream, and I was asking people, sort of, have you seen Mashumaro&Rinaberry? But half the people that I saw was like completely unknown people I've never heard of. So 1 or 2 people like Tomoko Des and Hiko Simon were there, and I managed to sort of wave and say hello. And Tokyo Drew, yes, and Eric Surf 6. Yeah.
Yeah. We met all the big people, but I don't think we met Tomoko.
Did you meet Victor in the end?
Yes, we did.
Ah, cool.
And he spoke to us quite a lot, actually.
Right. Well, when I spammed the link to him, we said sort of Mashu&Rina sort of may come and see you. I told them you don't bite.
He was, I think, about as tall as me, and I'm 6'1".
Yes, I mean, when I walked around with him, I felt sort of rather sort of, insecure.
What happened with you? Remember? Every time she would try and get someone a business card, it was like reaching out.
Oh, look, it's your friend Nosh. Hello, Nosh.
Oh, hello, Nosh. How random.
Yes, there's no food here, Nosh. We have green tea and I have red wine, but
and I have a Mickey Mouse glass full of water. Other cups of water are available.
My living room has expanded, Robert. Hello, Robert. Yes, my living room has expanded. Although look, if I switch to this camera, it's pretty much the same size as it's always been. And my green screen now disappears, and I have to go back quickly to my green screen. There you go. So, next question. You went to the YouTube Hanami, and there were basically no cherry blossoms at all. I imagine.
In the distance, there was a few
Yeah.
leaves here and there, petals, but it was mostly looked like autumn had happened. All the leaves were falling, bare trees.
I don't have it lined
It's
up,
so windy.
but I mean, and I don't know whether there's a way that you could show it, but you did actually do an ordinary, as opposed to a YouTube Hanami. And Rina went to one with her work, which was appeared in a video, I believe.
Yeah, it was one of our most recent videos.
Mm.
It was riding bicycles through, what was the park?
Showa Kinen Park in Tachikawa
Yeah,
and Inokashira Park in Kichijoji.
for the boats.
Ah, Kichijoji, yes.
It was beautiful. It was really beautiful there. So comfortable and warm. Unlike today, where we became snowmen, and Rinaberry had to borrow my jacket for most of the day.
That looked like an all-in-one computer, says Robert. Well, basically, yes. It's I brought it downstairs. It's a desktop.
Oh, something interesting that we did see today was someone had a pig, an actual pig, walking along like a dog.
So huge.
It was huge, yes.
All right.
We tried to take footage of it.
That has actually appeared in I think Shivers made a video about that. That could be the only pet pig in Tokyo. So you're quite lucky.
It was such a big pig.
And wearing clothes.
Yeah, wearing clothes, yes.
Clothes? It was wearing clothes. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah, it's also on a motorized skateboard as well.
Ah.
Which was a little sudden and random.
Oh, speaking of motorized skateboards, you said that you met Tokyo Lens, the chap with the beard, the Canadian chap.
Yes.
At the Hanami.
His voice like a true YouTuber.
His what? Sorry.
His voice was like a true YouTuber.
Oh yes,
so
he's got.
clear
I mean, yes,
and to the point. It was amazing. I was practicing in my mind on the way back home, trying to get that voice to happen. Like that.
Have you seen any of his videos? He really sort of delivers quite well. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got him lined up to be on. So, but yes, no, because he has a motorized skateboard as well, sort of an electric one, a pink one, that he was given free because he's a well-known YouTuber and people like to give him stuff and say, use this.
Use this.
Yes, and say tell everybody who it's from.
It was very interesting meeting Kaz as well. The guy with the hat.
Kaz, surrounded by ladies, I suspect he was.
Yes, he was indeed surrounded by ladies. And he had on a very small little bag, but at some point he pulled out a giant camera and a giant tripod and took pictures of everyone. We don't know where it came from. It was magical.
I shall have to ask him.
Yes.
He may also appear on here as well. Yes, but so yes, you've experienced two sides to Hanami. You've had a bare Hanami and a full bloom Hanami.
Yes.
So I mean, actually, how long have you been? I mean, I know Rina's been in Japan all her life, but how long have you been in Japan, Mashu?
This time almost 6 months, but on and off for 5 years. I've been in Japan.
So you've experienced Hanami before?
Yes, it was last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
A few friends.
Yes.
So you broke out the old sake and sat under the blossoms.
Yes.
I should really get. Okay. I shall make do with I'm switching now to red wine, as is my wont. What's a naked Hanami, Frederick? Don't Google it. Do not Google naked Hanami.
Family friendly channel. Just trees with no leaves. That's all it is.
So besides visiting Hanami, going to Hanami parties, we were talking the other day that you often go out exploring, and that you quite recently went to some mountains, but you want to go to mountains in Chichibu, I believe.
We've been to Chichibu.
Oh, you've been to Chichibu, that's right.
Yes. And also Hakone. With the roads
yes.
Hakone back on themselves so sharply.
That's right. That's the switchback drifting. Rina's mother drifting down. Hello, Kevin.
Mountains.
Hello.
Hello.
We went to discover more places. The real place in an anime and a movie.
Yes.
All right.
So
Hakone wa Evangelion. Chichibu wa Anthem the Heart.
was it Anthem of? Oh, was it?
Anthem of the Heart.
Anthem of the Heart. Yeah.
Anthem of the Heart.
That's what it was.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm an anime virgin, I'm afraid. So
it's a very beautiful anime.
Yeah.
Very well animated. As they should be, I suppose.
yes.
Well animated.
Yes, yeah, unless you have bad anime.
But up in the mountains was completely different to Tokyo. Not just in obviously mountains versus city, but also the way people acted, and the dogs were.
Dogs were always Shiba-ken.
Yes, Shiba-ken. Whilst in Tokyo,
Shiba
it's almost
Inus.
always toy poodles.
Yeah. And they weren't wearing clothes.
In Tokyo, everyone have toy poodle or chihuahua, but in rural town, I think Shiba is more popular.
Yes, well, yes, I like Shiba and Akitas. Do they have Akitas out in the mountains as well? I like the Akita dog as well.
Yes,
Mm.
such a lovely looking dog. We have one near us that around about lunchtime seems to bark so much, but then if someone walks past, it completely shuts up and just stares at them.
Does the exact opposite.
Yes, the exact opposite of what a dog should do.
Yeah, it's a non-guard dog, an unguard dog.
Doesn't want to scare anyone off. Let's come here.
But I imagine it's fairly safe in your neighbourhood, isn't it? Really, I mean,
Yes.
and you're particularly safe because you're best friends with the policeman.
Yes, I am.
You're right.
Sometimes when I see that policeman, give him a little wave, and he calls me over and talks to me for a while, and zooms off on his bicycle afterwards. Onto patrol.
Yeah. All the while that he's talking to you, there's all these criminals like robbing houses behind you. And nobody can see what's going on.
They've all got a big white bag with the dollar signs on them. Oh, you're an ambulance or something like that? Well, those criminals
Not with me. Usually it's a fire engine. The fire station is just up the road here, and Sundays they like to practice.
I think it was us.
Oh, my slideshow has gone round back to me again. All right. I should just transfer. Oh, connection failed, network error. Oh well, that's. let's go to Kanazawa, shall we?
Kanazawa.
Right, how do I do this? Playlist, not this one, playlist, that one, and press play, and it could be loud.
Oh.
I have no subtitles, I'm sorry.
Freestyle translate. He's Penta. Three flowers.
This was without the Osmo, presumably.
Yes. This was quite some time before Osmo came into the scene.
I think I may know what happened with my other camera. I think the phone just like died or something.
Oh, great.
Yes.
A magic. It's like a magic.
Yes, for some reason the phone decided to stop. So this is in Kanazawa, which is on the way to Kanazawa, and this was a. Oh yes, I need power.
This is Kanazawa Castle. Such a huge park.
I'm not quite sure how to adjust the audio on this, or whether I can. Wait a minute. If I do that, that's better. There you go. Now you can do a live commentary, Rina. So explain to us. This is Kanazawa, which is quite famous for having quite a lot of traditional style buildings, I believe, and curry.
It's not just curry. The rice from Ishikawa Prefecture was so mochi.
So soft and squishy, yeah.
In Kanazawa, rain and sunny, and sometimes snow, and a rock of ice fall.
Oh, was this in March or something? Was it still quite cold?
It was, I think it was November.
November, yeah. It was last year. This was recorded.
November. No wonder. Yes.
Yeah. Make sure to walk like Godzilla. That's what happened in this part.
Oh, did you freeze? No. What happened there? Oh no! Oh, wait a minute.
It's gone.
It's a cool picture.
Tokuchi knows what I'm talking about. Like a magic.
Yeah, Omicho Market. This background fits Simon no hair.
Yeah.
Chanoma.
A very comfortable, relaxed living room. So this is now our live stream. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure to watch our videos several times in a row and like and comment again and again.
We ate udon for dinner.
Yes, we had udon for dinner.
These days, it's our movement. Eat udon. And many different type of udon. Yeah. Like sometimes we just put seaweed on the top. Sometimes just tuna.
Oh, am I back?
Yes.
Yes.
Hooray!
Floating head again.
I'm a floating head. No, it's just my camera. It's yes. The apps are all right, all very good until they crash.
Nosh is saying, Mashu, hot there? Outside it's freezing, but in the apartment it's a little bit warm. Yes. Oh, am I sweating?
With that photo, Simon, you need some sort of seductive saxophone intro. What are you talking about, Kevin? What photo? I was very. You mean my avatar photo? Oh, well, but my Japanese actress friend liked it a lot, so that's the main thing.
Did you kick someone out of the Instagram?
Under the live stream?
No, my phone did that, Frederick. I was being too big for my boots on my first live stream. I was like being my avatar photo. Yes. That was just me in my bedroom with a green screen. Really. Oh, where were we? Yes, we were in Kanazawa. We're still in Kanazawa. We're on a loop. We'll never get out of Kanazawa.
No.
Oh dear. I also appear to have lost book off for some reason.
Oh no.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Book off is number 2. No, it's disappeared. Oh dear. Oh no. Yes. No. Wait a minute. Let's go. Let's jump. We will jump to book off and yes. what you can get in book off. So it's always like a bad name for a shop. That book off. It sounds too close to something else.
Yes. Yes, it does.
What is this? No, Kanazawa. No. Ah, no.
Kanazawa again?
No. Wait a minute. Hang on. I'm going to. I'm just going to sort of going to grab your video, as it were. Carry on. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk to the audience.
Hello, audience. Hello, Patrick.
Will I grab your video?
Kanazawa look line? Was that the look line for Kanazawa?
You can tell them all about the wonders of electric toilets that we were talking about.
Ah, yes. Japanese toilets are wonderful.
Again?
Somehow we always talk about toilets.
We are talking that maybe we can invent an umbrella vending machine.
Yes, umbrella vending machine.
Things too, like games, CDs, DVDs.
So, I mean, you see every other vending machine, from clothing to fresh eggs, drinks, food.
Bento.
Bento, yes. So why not umbrellas? Could have it outside of a station.
Maybe tissue too, because hay fever. Japanese have hay fever.
Very absorbent tissues. For hay fever.
Or maybe masks too.
Yes, some sort of masks.
Everything is discounted. Can you see all the people?
Ah, it's book off area.
I shall turn the sound down a little bit.
Hey guys, we're off to book off. Look at all the figures you can get. These are all second hand, surprisingly.
He knows it by heart.
Still so cheap. Look, these ones are still in their box. Isn't that amazing?
Yes, Nosh. Yes, I apologize. It does say in the title, occasional videos. I have one lined up at the moment, and it will be uploaded possibly before the end of the month. But I mean, yes, I'm a slow YouTuber.
Similar freezer suddenly. Miku. Ah, you like Miku, right?
I used to love the singing Miku song.
Yes, this is all like new territory for me. I once went to Akihabara twice, once on purpose, and the other time I just walked through.
Book off though isn't really just for the figures. It's, I think, main focus is the books, right? Secondhand books, where you can get the almost perfect copies of manga or textbooks, but also a great deal of bundle packs of books. So when someone's finished with an entire manga series, you can get it for the price of maybe one manga or two manga for an entire series or more. But it also has clothes as well, music, DVDs, things like that.
And popcorn.
T-shirts cost 100
Yes.
yen.
And popcorn. We're kind of glad we cut out the music from that that popcorn machine though.
Rina, Jess is asking, who is your favorite Vocaloid?
Who's your favorite popcorn?
Miku です。Miku。あとは、ルカと、
Luca also.
誰だっけ？あ、グミが一番好きです。
Ah.
Gumi is my favorite.
Now, I'm going to try and read what Kevin has written there. That is
Rina is turning the handle there to make the popcorn pop, but we're not sure who's actually working.
I can't read it.
I don't know.
We're not sure what Kevin's saying. Cotina?
I think energy word. Is it?
Maybe NG word, yes. Maybe.
And you got salty popcorn.
Yes, salted popcorn. Rina loves popcorn. Whenever we go to Disney, she somehow finds it like a bloodhound, sniffs it out. You can tell when there's popcorn freshly made or not.
Can you remember the taste, the flavors? Like milk choco.
Milk chocolate, yeah. Caramel.
Sea salt.
Soy was another one.
Curry.
Curry, yeah.
Cider.
Oh.
I suspect not. I suspect, Nosh, that actually it's all pre-made it just pops up and comes. It's microwave to make it warm.
Yes.
Oh, it's back to front.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Why no strawberry marshmallow popcorn? Oh.
Okay, here we are. Back here again. Back in Shoren in Temple. There we go.
Yes. I'm not just saying that, but Disney Sea has like 8 types of popcorn. Yeah. Also, Disneyland has its own variety of popcorn too, like double butter, sea salt, soy, soy sauce.
Ah. So, what do you usually do at on a weekend? This is what I usually do on a weekend. I mean, if you do you have the weekends free usually? Because quite often in Japan people work Saturdays, but do you have the weekends fully free?
Normally we have the weekends free, yes.
Mm.
And we watch drama. Like the moment we're watching special, is it no Security Police?
Yeah, Security Police.
Yeah, Security Police drama, Japanese drama, which is quite good.
Ah.
Make ice cream. Can I show the ice cream?
Yes.
Oh, you made ice cream?
Also, but it's not edible ice cream.
It's not edible. You're making ice cream, but it's not edible. That doesn't bode very well.
Ice cream. Like you get a little magnet and you shoot the ice cream to the fridges.
It's
trying to
yes.
discover it. Oh, ta-da. We just started, so please excuse the not amazing quality, I suppose.
It's
like these kind of things.
plastic food.
Yes, plastic food, basically.
We use spoon.
Now that would be a good idea to go with your business cards as a giveaway.
Yes. So you can see the little ice creams.
Merchandise.
Yes. The pieces of chocolate.
Looks amazing.
It's quite relaxing to make, actually.
Cool.
And what else?
I feel quite inadequate just doing this at the weekend.
Go cycling as well, yes.
I should really be doing Japanese homework, like I said to the other day. I mean, I should have been able to read what some of the people were writing in comments, but
we discovered maybe you shouldn't read them out loud. So
probably yes. I mean, the people have migrated from a slightly less salubrious show.
Chokochi, do you want one of our ice creams?
Handwriting.
Yes, I've actually been told that.
300 pages.
300 pages of content.
We don't get that till about year 3 in our class, so I'm all right for the moment. I'm just struggling with katakana and hiragana. So,
do you use a study book, an official one?
Yes, I mean, it's called has homework to hand. it's called what's it called? Japanese for busy people.
Japanese for busy people. Is it the hiragana version?
This is the Romaji version.
Romaji version.
Yeah, it's got hiragana in it, but
yes.
Yeah.
I originally started learning from that book as well, but changed to Genki because I felt the descriptions were much better.
Yeah,
busy people has better. What's the word? Better tasks in it. I feel like.
Well, this is all quite sort of quite formal. I find, you know, yeah. They would look at me strangely if I sat down and started a conversation with some of the things in here. I mean, you've got basic things like imananji desu ka and kura desu ka and basic stuff like that. But then, you know, it's all very stilted, I think.
Yes, it's really directed towards not just busy people, but business people,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Which I am not, pertinently, a business person.
Yeah.
Do they have audio CDs?
It has an audio CD, yes, which I hardly ever listen to. I should, I suppose, just to get used to the language. But
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't really talk much in the class either. We had a teacher who came in to sub for a while because our original teacher was off having a baby. But when she came in, she was slightly more interactive. She had us doing games and stuff and talking a lot. So that was fun. White Rabbit flashcards.
Listening often. That CD have even couple fighting.
Oh, really? Oh,
There you are. There's
So great.
much more natural.
Yes, yes. So that when you listen to your neighbours, you know what's going on.
Your mother's also learning English, right?
Yes.
I borrowed one of her English audio DVDs, but the most advanced version. So I will work backwards through the series because it uses very simple Japanese because it's meant to be complex English, but the Japanese to English. If that makes sense at all.
Yeah, somebody will understand. Yeah, neighbours having a domestic. Yeah. Yes, you can imagine. I mean, it's British English or American English. I mean, imagine Australian English having a domestic translated into Japanese.
Oh, I was about to try and give an example of some Australian domestic, but
Rina's English went from okay to amazing in a matter of months. There you go.
I
wish my Japanese
can
could
go
do that.
from okay up. I really need to study more.
Yes, I'm going to make a promise that after the show and tomorrow, I will look in my books.
So, do you know hiragana, katakana?
I know that, yes, I can relatively well. I was thrown on my last katakana test. I got everything, I think, correct. And she said, oh, it was just the basic 46. Okay, basic 46. And then they had pizza with in katakana. Hang on, that's not the basic 46. That's the basic 46 with dakten. What do I use? And I wasn't sure if it was the ha, the fu, or the he that I should change to make. It's the he, and I can't remember now what I wrote.
Pizza. Right. Once you learn hiragana and katakana, you think, "Oh yes, I've succeeded," and then you see the giant mountain that is kanji.
Kanji, yeah. We haven't even touched on kanji.
Well,
I know what plate is.
Know the first.
And I know what policeman is, and I know what C is, and because I've got this app that like the GLP-5 things.
The first 3 number kanji should be very simple. You know, ich, ni, san. That's
Oh yeah.
So you already know.
And it goes up to 4 and 5. I can't even remember what 5 is. God, 7 I remember, and 10. 10's easy. It's just a cross.
Yes, 10's easy. Yes.
You can learn kanji from Odagiri Jason, Buttugiri Jason. There's why Japanese people?
Yes, why Japanese?
Another comedian. It's teach you kanji.
There's lots of good apps.
Kanji's great though. Yes, once you start, you can't go back.
Yeah. I used to be very against kanji. I didn't understand the whole point of it. Sometimes you could write the hiragana so much faster than the kanji itself. But if you ever see a book written entirely in hiragana, it's about 4 or 5 times bigger than the one that has just a little bit of kanji in it. Easy.
I mean, when did you start learning? This is where I get depressed and we find out, oh, 18 months ago I didn't know any Japanese and now I can speak.
Yeah. I couldn't speak about but 4 or 5 hours ago. Now I'm pretty much fluent. I'm entirely self-taught, and along the way, I find giant gaps in my knowledge. So you don't have to be so jealous of me.
Okay.
I think my only talent so far is my learning. Oh, not my learning. My listening has increased quite quickly, but that's because I'm in Japan.
So you no longer you no longer have to just nod at the policeman. You can reply.
Sort of understand what they're saying. Oh, yeah. I'm not meant to steal this cat. Really? Oh, okay. It's all about repetition because bad joke. Because you see the kanji so often in places, you start realizing, oh, that kanji is for Tokyo, and that's the kanji for Rapid Express for the trains, and man and woman, only because you see them in context so often.
Yes. You don't walk into the wrong toilet. Yes.
I think that's when you're learning Japanese. That's something you need to force yourself to do, to take the kanji and words in the context. So rather than thinking neko, then thinking of a cat, and then the word cat, you have to just cut the English out. Neko with the image of a cat, like that.
Yeah, so the kanji for cat and the image of a cat, and yeah, not the translation. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will translate in your head, and you'll have such a delay that you won't be able to reply. You'll miss half of what someone said to you.
I have that problem now in class.
Yeah. It's the biggest problem when you first start learning, but it goes away after a while because you hear the words so often. That repetition again. Repetition.
So Rina like talks to you endlessly until you understand what she's saying.
Sometimes she'll say a word to me, and I will just nod, and then she'll say it again, but a little bit slower. Why? And then again.
Your flies are open. Your flies are open in kanji. Oh yes, that's a cat, Jess. Yes. If everybody just drew pictures in Japan, I'd be all right.
It's not just right. If they just put little spaces between the particles and things, it would be a lot easier. Because I come across that a lot. Like niwa. You don't know if it's ni and wa or niwa. It's one word. Stuff like that.
Oh, I get
confused.
I get ni and ga and all that business. And I think I was telling you, I can't remember whether I was telling you or somebody else about where I had to. What was it? Oh well, yeah, it's in the book over there. But the words you have to use if you're saying, for example, this is a large apple, you would use a particular grammatical construction to say that, and it would be quite straightforward with des at the end. But if you were to say, this is not a small apple, then it's like, hakuna makata batata, something. I was sitting there in the class going, yeah. Okay.
Have you started learning about the te form of words to make things requests?
I'm not sure we've got that far.
Nande.
Yeah.
Kite.
Kite. Mite.
Yeah, kite.
Yeah. As you learn the te form, for a moment, everyone goes, wait, what? What? Stop, what? Because you have to change the root form of words and iru, eru form.
Oh, yeah, iru, eru. And
yeah.
Oh. So much stuff to remember.
Yes.
But I did English too. Like cut. Seesaw, みたいな。見る。seesaw.
Seesaw, sing, like that sort of thing. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Sort of like the
Endlessly.
tenses.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's no plural in Japanese, which is also, I mean, it's all context, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It starts off being very straightforward. You're like, watashi wa nashi desu. Like that. But then you realize, oh, you don't need watashi. You don't need wa. You could just say nashi desu.
Yeah.
You go, oh.
Or you just go. Tatsu biru.
It makes it difficult though when you walk in the middle of a conversation and the subject has been dropped. You're like, wait, who are they talking about?
and are there more than one of them?
Yes. Did they do it in the past or in the present? What are they talking about? No future tense.
Oh God, yes, I'll have to ask you. Not she's writing in Japanese now. I'm lost.
Yes. これはリンゴが
それはこれはリンゴがあれいません。
Not quite.
Oh yeah, ありません. Yeah, this is not a small apple.
Yes.
このリンゴは小さくありません。
That's what I find confusing because ringo is not derived from a foreign word, presumably. Oh, but that's right. The teacher said quite often fruit is in katakana, regardless. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Even if it's a Japanese word, it'll be in katakana. Yeah.
When I first started learning, I thought that every foreign thing would be in katakana. Tobacco is often spelt in hiragana, even though tobacco isn't originally from Japan. So that always confused me at first.
Yes, it's just idiosyncratic is the
Yes.
You know, tamago is tamago. Egg. Tamago in kanji is loeg, but hiragana tamago means like fried egg.
Fried egg.
Oh.
I just noticed.
You have to be careful when going to a restaurant. if you want tamago on toast, and it comes all dripping and wet and horrible. And
that reminds me of when you asked for eggs, and I went to the store and bought the soft-boiled eggs in a carton because I didn't know.
So I wanted to cook the egg, but it was already cooked.
Mistakes you make. Or I tried to make a stew here, like a very Irish stew, and was so happy thinking I'd put like a chicken in to make it interesting, but it was pork that I had put in.
You can tell chicken or even beef.
Yeah. I've learned most of the kanji for it now.
No, she's saying sometimes young Japanese use katakana because they think it looks cooler than hiragana. Yes, don't hang around with young Japanese then, Nosh. Just sit with the old people, you'll be all right.
I heard so many people using ore today. Rina's always telling me, no, use boku.
Ore sounds very
Like
Yankee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yakuza.
Gangster.
Yes, there were quite a lot of like Japanese at the actual Hanami this morning, or today, wasn't it? Yeah. But were any of them YouTubers? Did you actually discover were any YouTubers?
Were any of the Japanese YouTubers that you were speaking to? Were they actually YouTubers or just people who were friends of a YouTuber?
Some of them were not YouTuber. Just walking around the Yoyogi Park and then found the interesting people and
free alcohol in. Whoa.
And asked me, who are you? Are we a YouTuber gathering?
What's your channel name?
We were giving out business cards to everyone. Hello.
You're getting random calls from people now.
Some crows was caw, and then try to steal our food and our drinks.
Hey, Yoko-san, or is it Naoki maybe? Yoko and Naoki are here. Hanafubuki, my friends from Kyoto. Yeah, we've all gone quiet now. I mean, I hope you've been watching Yoko-san. I watch Yoko-san Yoko-san does live streams at Japanese breakfast time, which is about midnight here. So if I'm having a late night, I tune in.
Who draws the art for the channel? Which channel?
Your channel. I have no art on my channel, so it must be yours.
Do we have any art? We have our face and a photograph, I think. Of
yes, you changed that recently from the drawing.
Yes.
But that's
yesterday.
Yeah. Yes. Nosh, it's Rina, because Rina does fashion design. Yeah. So she often draws like fashion figures, don't you?
Yes. Do you have any pictures?
Can you show some? Perhaps have you got any lying around?
On your tablet?
On tablet, yes.
This is cute Rina while she runs away.
But most of things are in my Instagram. On Instagram though.
Ah, really? Gallery, perhaps? Rita drew this, the little birdie on the back of our business card as well.
Oh yes.
Still not sure if they're eating donuts or they're holding rings. But still.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's it. Yeah. And you also, I remember when you were on Three Old Dudes, and as part of my backdrop, I had some of your fashion designs on the wall.
Yes. Do you have any of the fashion?
No, I don't in here.
Oh, there we go. Yes. That was one. Like a...
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
This is the costume of Mr. Donuts. I used to work for Mr. Donuts.
Yay.
Nosh thinks they're Cheerios.
Yes. Are they Cheerios on the back here? Or donuts? Rings. They're Cheerios now? Okay. Today they're Cheerios.
Oh, some of my photographs are upside down. Just noticed.
The crows today were trying to steal shoes as well. What's that about? No, it's going to rotate. No.
Yeah.
Gonna hide the rest now, I suppose.
You have to give away all your sort of like trade secrets, you know. You've got to keep some. But yes, that's a possibility. Yeah, I mean, would you consider doing that? I mean, I'm speaking up for Jess now because she'd quite like possibly some of those plastic ice creams and business cards and whatnot. Have you ever considered that, doing a giveaway?
Yeah, we have been considering doing a giveaway. Perhaps gachapon as well. That sort of thing. That's just your excuse to go and get more figures, isn't it? Really? Have to make up a couple of dozen fake accounts so I can be the winner. But yeah, we think the ice creams would be good to sell, but we want to get a little bit better at it first. I think we'd sell our business cards, or perhaps give them away to certain levels of Patreon people. Things like that.
Oh, did you start a Patreon? Yes, you did, didn't you?
Yes, we have started. Yes, we had it for a little while, but we hadn't been able to set up the tax part of it.
Oh, right, you've got to do a tax part. Yeah. Yeah,
but we recently were able to find a workaround for it and spoke with Patreon. They allowed us to do it the way we have it now. So it's great.
Cool.
It's
coming soon.
Did you catch it?
Mashu&Rina product.
We have a few basic levels of it, yeah.
Jess says you should totally do merchandising. Patrons would love that stuff.
Yeah, we still have to work out what Patreons want. Obviously, ice cream we know now. People want business cards.
But what if people are living in very strange place like North Pole? We can send
Yeah, the North Pole.
product.
Send it by. Gonna have to send it by ship mail. So it takes a few months to get to them.
Yeah.
Some people staking their claim to the oil in the North Pole, sat there watching YouTube. Oh, I quite fancy some plastic ice cream.
Yeah, I'd love to stick that on my igloo. Yes, we haven't really been advertising our Patreon very much.
Yeah, it's the next video.
Yeah. What is our next video? Maybe Hanami or
Vending machine video.
vending machine, yes.
Speaking of videos, when I get round to thinking of subtitles for that one I'm working on, I shall send you them, so that you can do the old, save me the trouble of learning Japanese.
Throw little subtitles in there for you.
Yeah.
We recently started doing a little bit of translation stuff for free online on some apps. Hello Talk was one of them.
Oh yeah.
Just helping people out. Because I speak English, she speaks Japanese, so we can do both sides of it to help people out. Ah yes, trading snacks with friends in Japan is quite pricey. That's true.
So you send sort of unwrapped food through the post, Nosh. It's like...
I've always wondered why that. You could send a very large package, like envelope thing, but as soon as you put it into any form of box, the price goes up. It's very strange.
Do not sit on this. Do not bend.
Yes, $60 to $100, yeah. Before I came to Japan this time, I was sending Rina some letters and some little presents. And 2 of the packages vanished into the mail somewhere. And 1 of the letters vanished into the mail system somewhere as well.
What's love letter?
Yes, love letter. Aww.
Someone steal it and then reading in the toilet.
Yes, that's actually where I had the packages sent from Australia to Japan. Sorry, reading the chat.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we're interacting. I was wondering whether Hanafubuki is still there. But what time is it there actually? Oh, it's getting near 9 o'clock. Oh, that's not so bad.
8:52. Yeah.
Yes, Robert will soon be on his show. If anybody wants to go and watch 3OD, he's doing that on Facebook, on Facebook Live. So that'll be happening.
Or you can stay and look at our business card and scan the QR code if you want. We don't mind, Have a little bit of a scan of that.
This gives us access. What does this give us access to? If we scan that,
if you scan that, you'll just go straight to our channel without having to type in our ridiculously long name of Mashumaro&Rinaberry.
Yes, I noticed you recently changed your banner and profile picture. Yeah.
Yes, we were inspired by you. In fact.
We tried to use the same app as here, but we couldn't use it in the.
We can't wrap our mind around it yet.
Yeah, it's not very user friendly. I did say that the interface was a bit sort of clunky, wasn't it?
Feels like a bare bones Photoshop, perhaps.
Yeah.
But I think once we get over that learning curve,
we wanted to voice to stick out like you do.
Yeah.
3D.
Like
the 3D. Yeah. In actual paid apps, you can just click a button and it'll do that for you. But to do that, you have to sort of get your text, select your text in the layer section, and then duplicate. But before you do that, you have to on your original you have to put motion blur on, so that it gets sort of a bit fuzzy, and then you duplicate, and you see as you duplicate, sort of the text gets thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker, and it isn't blurred anymore, but looks 3D. So,
Oh.
but it's a very long-winded process, and the way and the explanation is very long-winded as well. I use GIMP, Jess, GIMP, and it's legitimate, and it's nothing to do with what you might think GIMP is to do with. It's a free Photoshop app thing.
Oh no. Someone's jumped to the wrong idea.
That sounds like a mess. No, she was referring to the process to make 3D text. Yes, it's very clunky, but you can get things done, and it's quite powerful. Ah, you know it. Oh yeah, yes. Yes, it's great for something free. You know, if you're not willing to pay about sort of $100 or whatever for Photoshop, then yeah. Which I'm not.
We're still using.
So,
we still use Movie Maker.
Oh well, yeah, Movie Maker. That promotional video, the advert I made for this, I did it using this Manycam thing to record me speaking, and that's why it's all crackly. For some reason, Manycam sound doesn't work very well, and that's why I put subtitles in, because my voice kept dropping out. But Movie Maker works quite well. I should have done it on there.
But we still need a slightly more powerful video editing software. But to do that, we're going to have to get a slightly more powerful PC as well, because of the 4K videos.
Yeah. Keep finding.
Yeah.
There we are. Let's get making those plastic ice creams. You know, only $2 each.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Without that 100 yen after years of doing videos or something. The moment no one's getting money. Yeah,
now, while Jess is still in comments, Jess, I said you're a future guest, so you contact me. You could be on next week, and if Frederick's still watching, possibly next week I shall be doing the show again on Saturday. But I mean, I will be doing the show based on guests' ability to do it, shall I say? Yes. So if a guest can only do a Sunday or middle of the week, as long as it's my day off, my half day off or something in the middle of the week, I can do it. But yeah, so it'll be not specifically Saturdays, but I wanted to do Saturday because I'm quite with Mashu&Rina, because it was very handy. They'd just been to the Hanami party, and it's, you know, what would I do for the rest of the afternoon? I don't know. Japanese homework, probably. So yeah, this is a way of avoiding Japanese homework.
Speaking of Hanami, we met so many people.
Tokyo Free.
Tokyo Bray, yes.
You met her, finally. And
Yes,
did she agree to do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Got her line and everything.
Yeah, you got to pin down for a you know, definite, you know.
She was so tall.
She's quite tall, isn't she? Yes, yes.
Yes.
I mean,
I think she was the same height as me, actually. I think maybe an inch taller. Surprising. And Victor, he's also quite tall too.
yes, it's
Looking
quite.
over
It
us.
looms large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiko Simon as well was tall. It's almost like the more subscribers you get, the taller you become.
Frederick will be here next week. Thanks, Frederick.
What's his name? Eric.
Eric Surf 6.
Yes, even he was tall. I think height is the success.
Yes.
Gives
And
you some
taller you are,
platform shoes
the more
to help
subscribers you get.
Lift it up.
Can I say something strange? Give me Rickman and Victor's and smells so nice. Maybe we should do
Yes.
something too.
He hugged us both, but asked for permission because he's a nice man.
They hadn't been drinking too much at that point, presumably.
Although we're very curious, at some point he received a very large bottle of whiskey.
Mm.
I think it was whiskey, yes.
Was.
And maybe 5 minutes later, it was almost completely empty. I'm not sure if he was sharing that or if he was just casually drinking it like water. But it's still quite surprising to see it suddenly vanish.
Yes, Robert. Robert now has to get his pants on and switch his camera on. Get over to.
Oh yes, Hiko is quite tall. It's amazing. When you see people on videos, you sort of have this you imagine how tall or what they must look like in real life. And you see them and they're completely different. It's a big surprise. Like Tokyo Bravery being so much taller than most people.
I pretty much look like this without the top hat and sleeves. So
you have no legs. Just a floating torso and head. Yes, Hiko is very nice. Shoko was saying.
Eric's also so nice.
Yes, Eric gave us so much advice.
I'd like to meet Eric. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I when I went to Mully's, I wasn't that far from him really. So
he immediately talked to us like we were friends. Not even a skip, just hello, blah blah blah. And immediately talked to us with no hesitation. Asked who we were, asked about us, and then started giving us advice after quickly looking at our channel, telling us exactly what we needed to know. So it was amazing, really.
Yeah. Oh, that's the good thing about going to those things. Yeah.
Yeah. Hiko didn't immediately recognize us, but then he said he was changing his subscriptions around, sorting them out. Like Japanese people are in this one, Japanese vloggers are in this one. And suddenly, you could see his eyes lit up. He remembered who we were, which was quite a surprise. Also, Tokyo Lens. Yeah, he had a lot of advice as well.
Yeah, he's quite well up on how it all works. Yeah.
He said he gained lots of subscribers when he published.
When he was posting a lot of videos, he was gaining. Was it
400K?
Yeah, no, 4,000 subscribers. When he posted 3 videos a month, he gained 1,000. Posted 1 a month, he was still gaining 100. And we can understand what he was talking about, but for us, if we could gain 100 from one video, we'd be very happy. Yay! We'd be dancing. Special celebration live stream every time.
Yes, I should try that. I should try posting videos now and again. That's what I'll be doing this weekend.
Trying to do gaming channel and start not just the YouTuber, but also who wants to become a YouTuber, and also the many kinds of people there.
People who did music, people who did gaming, food. There was such a variety of people who were there. It wasn't just vloggers, really.
Australian embassy people.
Yeah.
Also.
Was it Australia or was it Austria? Austria. Yeah. Austria.
Austrian.
Lots of Germans, British people, Australians, Americans, all quite a mixture. All from different backgrounds as well. You sort of have this image that people are all going to be Americans who are coming to Japan to teach English and then became J-vloggers, but it's
not just
military,
that.
Military, music, loving surfing, loving food, tourists.
Right. I've never been. Obviously, I've always been in October or May, so I've always missed that the March thing. So March, April. Yeah.
I've come mostly near the end of the year when it's a colder weather.
More comfortable.
Just living in Australia for so long, you start to hate the heat. Do anything to get away from it. Like flying all the way to Japan and staying in a haunted apartment.
Having an onsen every morning, you know.
Yeah, we've met quite a lot of people who have they went from 100 subscribers suddenly overnight 1,000, 2,000, all from just knowing the right people, I suppose.
Yes.
Like Nosh is saying.
Yeah. I should mingle more.
We're really hoping that this Hanami has helped us a lot more.
Mm.
We really want to get our videos out there. Because the whole point of our videos isn't just vlogging, it's also helping those who are coming to Japan to understand it, get rid of the myths and all the misconceptions about Japan.
Mm. I mean, did you actually do any filming when you were at the party?
A little bit, but it was mostly talking to people, handing out cards, learning who people were.
We were so nervous. And how it beat so fast.
Yeah. As we walked out of the station, getting ready, listening for all of the people who are YouTubers, people saying the word subscribe and thumbnail, hearts beating.
But by the end, you were completely relaxed by the end, presumably. You were,
yes.
Yeah, seasoned YouTubers now.
There was some people who were very, very relaxed at the start.
Oh yes.
There was a woman who had enjoyed some drink, wasn't part of the YouTube Hanami, but she had enjoyed some drink and decided that she wanted to roll around on the floor for a while.
Okay.
And celebrate.
on the blue mats, hopefully. Or just on the
gravel
grass.
footpath. The gravel footpath between the grass.
Okay.
I think she will be in many YouTubers
Yes.
now. Everyone gathered and recording.
Do you know this woman? Famous, it'll go viral. You know, mad woman at Hanami party.
I think the key points of that will be that woman, the pig that was dressed up in clothes, the motorized skateboard, and the crows that kept trying to steal people's shoes. A little bit like a Hitchcock movie. Where all these crows just suddenly appear from the trees, fly down, try and steal some shoes and fly off again. But we were very glad we went though.
Well, one day I shall manage to you know, experience Hanami in Japan, but this time, not this year. This year I'm probably going again in October and November. So Japanese crows are no joke. No, yeah, everywhere you go in Japan, all you hear is.
I'm trying to become friends with them though. I want to become their friends. And then one day I'll be in an awkward situation and go, "Take me, my brothers," and they will catch me and lift me away.
My friend became friends with crows. Yeah. Every day he played do re mi fa. You know do re mi fa? Yeah. Fa fa fa. The harmonica.
Oh yeah.
Pianica from the window, and then one of the crow become her friend. Every morning, the crow came to the window.
The window, really? It's amazing. Wonder if they were attracted, thinking it was another bird singing. The crows seem to remember everyone. Nosh, I went.
I'm just replying to your copy there.
Nosh says, I went October, November in 2015. I was in Kyoto.
I was typing
the
in.
colors were amazing. Almost as pretty as Hanami. Yeah, so beautiful. Wow. I think the appearance of places is different as the weather. Like Kyoto, I think is really great in autumn. Tokyo, I think is so much better in spring. Just because there's so many cherry blossoms.
Just because you don't have hay fever.
Yeah, maybe also yeah, I don't get hay fever. On that for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
The spray protect from hay fever.
Ah.
You can use this over makeup.
Other sprays are available.
You just constantly spray it in front of your nose as you walk along. Yes, Frederick. I shall spam you next week. Don't worry. Yes, I have a week to find a guest and prepare. July and August. Oh, you like to go at the best season then, Nosh? So, you know. Yeah, might be able to meet Jess.
Yeah. This year, October to November.
Yep.
Ah. So many people coming around that time. Is something happening we don't know about? Olympic in 2020.
No, 2018. No. This is the pre-Olympics.
Yeah. The warm-ups for it.
Yeah.
Get Japan ready.
Do you really like it? The Simon's Chanoma? Simon no Chanoma, the name?
I like it, and I'm sticking with it. So because all my social media has now been changed. Yeah. Nosh wants to move there. I mean, I'm considering that. I mean, I'm not a great heat person either.
The summer is, how to describe it? A bit like a sauna. It's very wet heat. So even when you put on a fresh, dry t-shirt, within 10 to 20 minutes, you're wet again.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help when you get into the air-conditioned trains and you're blasting cold air and your wet clothing. And what is it Colbiz it's called? Yeah, but they don't like to use air conditioners so much. Yeah, trying to lower the usage of the air conditioner set at a certain temperature rather than cool. It's sort of a regular room temperature.
No, Colbiz means people can wear without shoes.
Oh yeah, you can with no ties and short sleeve, collared shirts. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Really?
Salaryman.
Understood all these years ago. Yes, the summers are not a joke. So hot.
Just like sitting in the bathroom.
Yes, that's actually a really good description. Sitting in the bathroom.
Okay.
After you've had a very long shower, a very long bath.
But all day.
It starts to become hard to breathe. Yeah.
And then the me.
Cicada.
Back.
Yeah.
This big bug.
Cicada?
And the cicadas, yeah.
Yeah.
I've not been there when they've been.
It's deafening sometimes. That's when you can tell you're in Japan. When you're walking along and you start to hear it and then so screeching loud. What's that?
Yeah. Semi, that's what they call them, isn't it? Semi.
Yes, semi.
Thousands of semi is in the morning till the night. Thousands of, it's not one or two.
No.
And sometimes it's right onto your face. And it's pee on them people.
It pees on people?
Yeah, it's true.
Really? It's always very strange when you find their discarded skins on the trees and stuff. And people pick them up and like, oh, look at this, yay! Oh no, put it back down again. What is that?
Yes, it's like giant cockroach or something.
Yes. I didn't know they could fly at first. I thought they were like a wingless grasshopper until I saw one in person. No, I'm fine. May have lived in Australia for a long time, but even that's scary to me. Every Japanese anime has that sound in it, yes. It's
true.
We watched Evangelion recently, right?
Yes.
He was out in the field and you could hear them and it was deafening as well. I think they must have recorded it.
And manga always says me. Most of foreign people don't understand. What is me? It's describing August, summer.
What's this? I'm curious to see now. Oh, it's Kanazawa Station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
The gates that are like the traditional drums, yeah.
So shall we? I don't know. We could carry on after the live goes off. But shall we say goodbye to everybody and
yeah.
And thank everybody for joining us on Simon's first Simon noChanoma. And thank you very much for Mashu and Rina for joining us, spending time in my living room, and for just suggesting the title of my new channel. And in the future for subtitling my videos. And not abroad, I shall be uploading a video at some point before the end of the month. And to all people still watching, all 5 of you, thank you for joining. There's going to be more. Yes, that's the plan. I just have to find guests. That's all. Because I don't think you want to see me talking to myself. So, thank you very much for joining. And I will probably see you on one of Mashu and Rina's live hangouts. If they do it at a time that I'm not at work or asleep or something. But for now, we shall say goodbye. And I feel like we should have some outro music or something.
So long.
Thing. It could be entertaining or it could not be. Yes, we shall see. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Nosh. Thank you, Frederick. Thank you, Hannah Fabuki. And anybody else that turned up and didn't appear in the comments. Okay. Goodbye, everybody, and see you hopefully next week.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, subscribe to their channel. Bye.